Hey ELM fam, welcome to ELM Leadership Chats. My name is Pastor Nick. I want to take a few moments just to talk about loving one another. It's a simple concept, or so we think. Just to love one another is a basic concept and a basic commandment that God gives us. But what does it truly mean to love one another? In John 15:13, it says, "Greater love has no one than this, that he would lay down his life for his friends." I would challenge you to really ask God to reveal what that means to you. The Lord's been speaking to me about this verse and about how important it is to be available to our friends. You may not be perfect at giving advice or be perfect at always knowing what to say, or even be perfect at some people struggle with just listening to what's going on in other people's lives, but there's nothing more powerful than being available to your friends and your neighbors, hearing what's going on in their lives, hearing what their struggles are, and just being available. The Lord commands us to love one another and love our neighbor. And truly, it's something the Lord's working on me in. I'm not always the best at being available. Life is busy, and it's hard for us to say, "Oh yeah, I have time to stop or have time to reach out," but it doesn't take a lot of time to send a message or write an email or send a Marco Polo or send some kind of communication just saying, "Hey, I'm thinking about you. I want to know how you're doing." There's no greater love than this, that we would lay down our lives, we would take pause and say, "Hey, how are you doing? How's life? How are you feeling? Is there anything I can do for you? Is there any way I can serve you better?" Love isn't about being perfect, it's about being available and being willing to sacrifice what you can in the moment to bring others closer to you and to the Lord. I truly believe as the church, we should be embodying this in a way that makes us set apart. And it's oftentimes that we see that the church is the ones that are struggling with this the most. With setting time, we're so driven by goals and by numbers and by just trying to get things done that we forget that one of our most important goals is actually to love our neighbors and be available for what they have going on in their lives. So I would encourage you this week to just take a few moments, reach out to someone you haven't talked to in a little bit, reach out to someone who maybe you've lost connection with, or maybe you are just, they've been on your mind, and because the Lord places those people on your mind for a reason. And just say, "Hey, I'm available. If you have something that you need, if you have something you have need for prayer in, if you have something that I can do to sacrifice and serve you, I'm available." We love you guys. Hope you guys are having a great week.